Looking back at when I started getting a bit more serious with sound design and knowing what I know now, I would definitely do certain things differently. Whether you're just starting out or already are a bit more experienced with sound design and audio production, these are 3 things I would do to improve my sound design skills. My first tip is to create a sound effect every day. When it comes to learning new skills or improve skills, it's typically better to practice something consistently and more frequently instead of having one long practice session every once in a while. That's why I would set the goal to create at least one sound effect every day. I realize that this is simply not possible for everyone, but I still think it's a good goal to have and to keep in mind that practicing sound design more frequently is typically more efficient than only doing one 5-hour-long sound design session once a month. This will also help you to keep track of your progress. You can either have a list of all the sound effects you create or name them properly when you bounce them to audio, so you can always go back and see how you improved. Additionally, if you're not already using reference sounds, I highly recommend that you start using them. Most sample library publishers will have free sound effects available for you to download that you can use as references. Just go to their website and see what they have to offer, and you should easily get a few sound effects in the style that you would like to create yourself. You can analyze these sounds by looking at the waveform and using analyzers and equalizers to get a better idea of what's going on. And then you can practice to listen for the different layers that were most likely used in more complex sound effects. All of this is practice, so again, I recommend doing this more frequently so you can train your ears for this. My second tip is to start recording your own sounds. This is definitely one of the things that I wish I had started earlier. Not only is recording a lot of fun, but it's also very inspiring and you're truly able to create your own sound effects from scratch without being limited by the synthesizers. Furthermore, depending on what your goals are, in a lot of positions in sound design, it's expected that you know how to record sounds. And if you want to sell your own sound effects, you will also need your own source material. It will also teach you a great deal about mixing and layering, because taking raw recordings and processing and layering them into larger-than-life sounding sound effects can sometimes take quite a bit of effort. If you don't have a dedicated recorder, you can simply start recording sounds with your phone and then upgrade later according to your needs. And last but not least, I highly recommend to stop worrying about gear as much. By gear I mean software as well as hardware. Stop worrying that not having a certain plugin or a certain piece of hardware is the one thing that's holding you back. The quality of stock plugins and freely available plugins has drastically improved over the last 3 years. There is no secret plugin that magically turns your bad mixes and sound effects into Hollywood trailer sound effects. So don't get me wrong, there are a lot of helpful plugins out there. There are also definitely quality differences between different headphones, monitors or microphones. However, if your mixes are not that great now, then getting a new compressor or EQ is not going to solve this. I've been there and I know it's a very demotivating mindset to have, because as soon as something doesn't work out properly, you start looking for the newest plugins that will somehow help you achieve your desired result. Don't fall victim to this. It's very unlikely that not having the newest plugins or that hardware synthesizer is what's holding you back.